Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's the partially delayed final video in the build guide series for this Apostate. Well, I say final, I've done a bunch of videos after this, but this is the one that gets you up to level 94. It's heavily edited, it's mostly just the level ups, and I think the last few remaining shrines that I grab in Elite. I'll have a quick look now. I'm trying to remember what I did while I'm doing this voiceover. It's always good fun, isn't it? Yeah, so I got a few more to get. I'm going to finish off Lantern, and then I think I needed to rejig some points. Probably do that now, if I'm lucky. Or it might have been after the Viloth one. No, I complete this, and then I go and undo some points so I can get dark. Here we go. Right, so I've grabbed some points back to do Wretch. Gets me up to Dying God. If I do those two, there you go. And then I've got enough points left to get to the skill on Dying God. I've got the, if you have a look in the description, there'll be the proper route to get to the final setup of devotions, because I didn't really do it. I mean, I had notes of how to do it, and then I thought, nah, I want to go and get scales early so I can start leveling it up. But yeah, so you can refer to the devotion guide in the description, and then if you do that, well, if you luckily enough saw that before you started putting points in devotions, you'd be alright. Otherwise you'll have to undo a few things the way I did, but the end result will be the same. Like I said, it's heavily edited. I mean, this is Elite. I've already done pretty much a walkthrough run through of normal Act 1, and this is, it's the same thing. You go and do the same stuff. You get the same, well, it's possibly one more devotion. I didn't even go into that hidden area, didn't need to. Well, that was the last one, and that's got me the skill on Dying God. And I experimented actually. I think I moved a few things around, but ultimately, yeah, you just get it on something that's going to activate it as often as possible. Yeah, it starts draining your health, but with the amount of health regen and life leech this thing has got, you don't really notice that. Unless it somehow manages to activate and you immediately get out of a fight, and your health will go down really slowly. It's not a big deal. This is getting the fabric and then going into ultimate. It's a lot more effective if you do this in normal when you're about level 15. But I thought any XP is good XP. See, the XP bar's not going up a lot. If you were in normal doing this and you were around about level between 15 and 20, you'd be going up maybe a level every time you talk to somebody in here. I go and kill Dureni in ultimate. As I've said in other videos, one point of view is you leave him to farm him for rep, in Cronley's Lair, but if you do a few bounties and run about doing that in Elite, you'll get enough rep, and I don't think I really needed Devil's Crossing rep so much on this build. But yeah, I mean, get yourself your writs anyway, honoured, and that will speed it up a bit. Speed up the process. As soon as you hit honoured with the faction going by the writ, unless you absolutely do not care about their top level stuff, but they all do different augments for resistances, so arguably all of them are worth getting to revered as quickly as possible. And I'm doing this off the top of my head without checking, I think the base game factions, their revered augments you can equip at level 70. The expansion stuff, Ashes of Malmouth factions and Forgotten Gods factions, their top level augments I think are level 90.
Put it to good use. I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
The reason I'm in normal again was until I got to Barrowhome in Elite, I kept going back to Barrowhome in normal to farm for Howlers, the pistols, and Namadea's Eye. So I'm back in Elite now. It's a bit of flip-flopping. Every time I went up a few levels, I nipped back into normal while Barrowhome was still hostile to do that farming. Because in Elite, when I reach Barrowhome, I go friendly with them. Just for the stuff in the shop and because I want to do some of their quests. Because I'm a masochist at heart.
See anything you like?
Looking at the vitality damage stuff in here. There's that pistol. You can get that at 84. Thing is, I got a Mythical Morgul's mortality drop when I was 80, I don't know, 82 or 83, maybe lower. I think it's 82. And I thought, okay, I'll just use that. But there's a video I put up a week or so back. I'll link it, and it's just me running around, swapping the pistols around, doing ultimate pit fights. So I had the Howler as one option, and Mythical Morgul's mortality, and that Bysmiel faction thing. The thing about the Bysmiel faction gun is, you know you can get that at 84. You can just go and buy it. I think it's got +3 to Reaping Strike on it, and it's got some heavy attack damage converted to health. Granted skill. It's got a percentage chance to go off on attack. Level 68. I don't even think I bothered recording the Cronley fight. Well, maybe I did. Trust me, it was easy. I think it is on here. I think I've got I think the Elite Cronley fight's on as a separate video somewhere. Might be, possibly.
69, dudes!
Yeah, what I'm doing at the moment with these level ups is maxing out Harbinger of Souls. It's a good skill. It's interesting because the original Apostate didn't use Harbinger of Souls because I had Radagon's Mask, which converts Aura of Censure, which is the Inquisitor exclusive skill. Converts Aura of Censure to a Vitality damage attack. And you can only have one exclusive skill across both masteries. So I wasn't using Harbinger, but it's pretty good. It's pretty strong. Quest reward attribute point, yay. At the moment I'm sticking them all in physique, but I'm saving some physique points back. I think there's a point that comes where I start maybe ramming some of them into cunning. I think that's what I do. Yeah, so Harbinger of Souls is now maxed out. Pine Barrens, level 72, point in physique. Yeah, deadly aim, get deadly aim. Is it deadly aim? Get deadly aim sorted out. I think deadly aim gets maxed out, and spectral binding eventually gets maxed out. And that thing, that second node on Siphon Souls as well, because that's got vitality damage on it. Oh yeah, exploiting the hidden vendor for a decent amulet. I got a really good one from here. You want to try and get one that's got 2 really high resistances that you're struggling with. He's easy to farm. Go to Sora's Bastion. There's about 5-second wait. It doesn't have to be Sora's Bastion, but it keeps you don't have to scroll the map around. So you open his inventory. There you go. So you've got Impervious of the Ether. I think I get one that's impervious of decay. That's the one. So that's got high pierce resistance and high poison and acid resistance. I think that's the one I'm still using at level 100. Pretty sure it is. So yeah, so you're not looking for much on there. If you get the damage boost to of decay or whatever, then that's good. But what you're looking for is one with 2 really high resistances, and then that's 2 resistances you haven't got to worry about, or you haven't got to worry about as much when you're going to ultimate. Because you're always thinking ahead, what have I got to get? Because otherwise you get into ultimate and you start thinking, oh, all my resistances are low. Well, what I try and do is get all the resistances, the top level one, the top row ones anyway, at least in Elite, so they're at least 25 over cap. So you know when you go into ultimate, it'll deduct 25, but they won't go below the cap of 80. And you do it by getting gear with 1 or more really high resistances on, and you can go and farm vendors for it. It's not cheating, otherwise you'd be struggling, and then you'd be relying on augments. If you're relying on augments to get your resistances up to max, then it's okay, you can do that and it's kind of okay because you've got them all set to 80, you think, yay, look at me. But in Ultimate there are plenty of heroes, bosses, whatever, that can knock your resistance down, and you won't see this happen because you'll be too busy dying. Trying to forget the Lokar video. I mean, that isn't what happened. It wasn't a resistance reduction, it was just Sunder and my low defensive ability and probably a bunch of other things. I almost got completely one-shotted. It was about 3-shotted. But don't worry about that. You don't have to fight Lokar. They've just made him a lot harder than he used to be. Revered with Rovers. Okay, so it just said Revered with Rovers. I did do some bounty quests for Rovers to help that on its way. I think I was a bit too... I thought I was going to get a lot of really good stuff from Rovers at Revered, but nah, it's alright. Wasn't that good. Sentinel boss fight in Elite. Yeah, he does Sunder as well. I'm surprised that didn't hit me. Mouth's looking a bit shaky in the middle of that, but so many things that kick in to buff it and restore it. You get a skill point now. So that's the Hidden Path quest completed. In Elite, yeah, Deadly Aim, get that maxed out. It's called Deadly Aim, but it's nothing to do with guns. Any attack that you've got of any type, well, not retaliation damage, any attack you do that crits can trigger that. Pop quiz, boys and girls. Why is retaliation damage not included? Well, mainly because retaliation damage doesn't crit. It doesn't miss and it doesn't crit. There you go. Like in Forgotten Gods, got a bunch of stuff dropped there. I think there's a level up somewhere in the middle of all that. I think I do the level up before it even says it on the screen. Yeah, point in physique. One in Deadly Aim, one in that node of Siphon. Yeah, it still hasn't said I'd leveled up. Yeah, Soleil have got a good vitality damage augment for weapons and offhands like Griffin Talon.
Put it to good use.
So stick an attack on there and watch it go up. So you stick Siphon Souls on there just to watch what happens when you thing that, and up it goes. Don't miss out on your components and your augments. It's heading further on through Forgotten Gods level 79. Starting to get there now. Almost. Yeah. I think I'll get those 2 skills. That's probably, if you follow what I'm doing and max Deadly Aim and that Siphon Souls, no doubt, I mean, you're not going to regret doing it in that order. I mean, really, there's other stuff you can do as well, but it's fine the way I'm doing it. And as you notice then, and probably the last few level ups, yeah, I put a load of points in cunning. It's so I'm getting ready for the level 84 guns to make sure when I get them I'm not going to be there going, oh dear, I haven't got enough cunning to equip it. Because I took the points out of the Hawk devotion. I think early on I put points in Hawk and then realised that it didn't fit in with the plan. So the Hawk devotion has no points in it. And the Hawk devotion is the one that gives you a 10%, I think it is, reduction to the cunning requirement for ranged weapons. Which would be useful, but it would stop me doing what I wanted to do. Yeah, I farmed Namadea a lot in normal before swapping to friendly with Barham in Elite. I think they missed me. They missed me coming in every 2 or 3 levels and kicking the heck out of them. Yeah, Revered with Black Legion. So the hat, I was wearing the level 50 hat or whatever it was, 35. This is good because it's got that granted skill of Sigil of Consumption on it. Sigil of Consumption is an occultist mastery skill. But what it means is you get that really good skill for free just for wearing that hat. I do change the hat later on. I can't remember what I changed it to. I think it's possibly one of the Forgotten Gods factions. Oh yeah, see, I wasn't recording. I was running round and I hit the record button as that thing dropped. I killed a hero in... It was a hero beetle, I think. One of those spiky beetle things. And he dropped that gun. I couldn't believe it. I thought, no one's going to believe this. They're going to go, oh, you cheated. No, I didn't cheat. It flipping dropped. I mean, I think I probably had one in stash anyway, and I was going, I'm not going to use the one in stash. If it doesn't drop, I'm not going to use it, and it dropped anyway. Yeah, so you go into Elite. I'm Nemesis. I've been Nemesis with Barrowhome for ages, from farming Namadea. They don't like me. Go away, you're naughty. And then you go and talk to Scorv Unglebum up here, and he says, oh, you're a violent person. It's like I'm Nemesis with them, and I've been slaughtering them wantonly over and over, and you strike me as a violent person. Really? Really, Scorf, do I? Okay. And then you just go friendly with them. And I said that, it says tolerated, and then it switches straight to friendly. I think it's in the, yeah, the whole bit of that's in the I'm quitting I'm quitting Grim Dawn video. I'm not, by the way, I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting Grim Dawn. I can't wait for Fangs of Astrakhan. I don't want to see the new area and the new enemies. I want to see the new monster infrequents, and I want to see the new mastery. And I will probably, what I'll probably do is I'll start a character, because what a lot of people will do is they'll have a character that they've open quotes leveled up to level 100 with no masteries. Cough GD stash cough. I'll have to do a video about GD stash as well. I'm sure you'd love that. And what I'll do is I won't do that. I won't go, oh, here's what I made earlier. Here's a level 100 character with no masteries that I can stick the new mastery on. I mean, by all means do that. You know, I might do that. I wouldn't make a video about it, but I'll level one up from scratch and say, okay, let's start the new class, the new mastery off, and go through, see what skills it has to offer, and I will level it up as high as I can on just its skills. And the only cheating I'll do is I'll go and have a look on Grim Tools and see what monster infrequents buff its skills, so I can go and target farm them, try them out. And at the moment I'm open-minded about it. I'm not hoping for anything in particular. I will just go in and go, yeah, it's got these skills, I'll use them. Is that a ring? Probably. Yeah, so level 84 you can get this stuff, and I would have immediately started using that gun from Bysmiel faction if I didn't have the Morgul's mortality thing. But it's really good. It's the gun that the hardcore apostates got. Sorry if my commentary doesn't match what you're watching on the screen. I mean, if you're interested in watching what's going on the screen, just ignore what I'm waffling about. I'm just filling in with some random Grim Dawn stuff that I'm talking about. Why did you put a point in chilling rounds, John? Right, what I did there, if you might want to wind back and have a look. I put a point in chilling rounds and it went up to 4 points because Morgul's mortality does +3 to chilling rounds, but it also has a conversion on it to convert a load of cold damage to vitality. Plus I've got gear that converts elemental damage to vitality. So chilling rounds, although it comes out looking blue and looking like a cold damage thing, it's doing vitality damage. However, chilling rounds has that thing where it has a chance to freeze. That is like stop the enemies stone cold dead, like they're frozen in a block of ice. That isn't dependent on your damage or anything. It's just got a percentage chance to happen. It doesn't matter what type of damage you do. You shoot them with that gun, with that chilling rounds thing, you shoot them with a chilling rounds skill, and they've got that chance to freeze and slow down when they're running towards you. And it's also got a chance to pass through enemies. So you can have a whole bunch of these idiots running at you and they all freeze. And that's not dependent on damage types, so it works well. So you can stop them in their tracks, and they'll be getting vitality damage being done to them as well. So chilling rounds, yeah, it's worth sticking a point in there. Later on I put more points in there to get it up to 6 points, so it has its capped out 20% chance to activate. Unlike a lot of the stuff that freezes things in this game, it doesn't freeze everything. I think it's either got a very low chance or no chance to freeze bosses. But your normal trash rubbish that's running towards you, it'll freeze them.
Praise the three. The rich Was the mission?
Yeah, so do her quest. She got the Black Iron Docks quest and the Malmouth Council quest. Oh, I'm putting points in ranged expertise now. Yay, and Mark of Torment. Okay. Yeah, you can see them. A lot of these things getting frozen when I'm shooting them now. And that's handy as heck. I mean, it's anything that's frozen isn't coming towards you and isn't attacking you. Here's the elite Krieg fight. Not sure whether it's freezing him. I don't think it is. It might be. Don't think it was. Yeah, finally I'm in Ultimate. So yeah, so Forgotten Gods and Malmouth. Yeah, you could see all those guys getting frozen then. Forgotten Gods and Malmouth were completed in Elite, and I'm in Ultimate. Like I said, I've only really kept the footage in that's got level ups and stuff on it. I think I've got the footage of some of those boss fights somewhere. I don't know whether I'll put them up. I think I got bored of putting boss fight videos up. There's only a certain number of boss fight videos people will click on and they think, is this all this idiot's doing? Right, back to putting points in physique now. I've got my gun equipped, so don't need any more cunning points. Yeah, that's kind of handy. I was running out of things to put points in. So I don't want to have any more active skills. I think I had Word of Renewal on the other Apostate, but I don't think I need it. Although looking at what happened to me in that low-car fight, maybe I do. Although I don't think Word of Renewal would have fixed that. I'll nip back into Forgotten Gods to get to Revered with Bysmiel. Ta-da! Right, gear upgrade. I think it's just one thing. Just the chest armor and that. Yeah. It's worth getting. I mean, if you find something that's massively better than that in a drop, wear it. What I was trying to do, I was trying to use as much faction gear and easy farmable gear as possible to say this is what you can do with this basic stuff. I mean, the boots I've got on are from Homestead. I think they're level 70. I still had them on at level 100. You can get better boots than that. And I'm level 94. Point in physique. Another point in that. I should have done this at 94, but I forgot. I got carried away with leveling up. Attributes. Let's have a look what we do with this. So according to this, I've spent 86 points in physique, 13 points in cunning, 6 points in spirit. That's not, you don't have to do that. I might even change that with a potion, but that's where I am with that at the moment. I've got a bunch of health and I've got some energy. Offensive ability. I've got a low chance to crit because my offensive ability is quite low. He didn't have a chance to crit me. Some things do have a chance to crit me. Probably flipping low car. Right, let's have a quick look through this. That's a faction shop item. That's a faction shop item. That is a faction shop item. That was a really lucky drop. That gun there, Bysmiel hand cannon, that's a faction shop item. You can go and buy that and use that. Ogdenbog Howler, you can farm it. I farmed that in normal and I think it's level, yeah, it's possibly level 82, that gun. Probably is. Target farm that from, look at that. That was, I did slightly, I didn't get that drop on this character, I got it drop on another one. It was in stash, it was just hanging around in there. The other stuff I got was not quite as good as that, but look at the defensive stuff on that. Not the defensive stuff, rather the resistances on that was pretty good. You can target farm that, sorry, yes, you can target farm that from a Slayer Guardian on Hidden Path quest, target farm that from Lunar Valgoth up in Morndale in the Chaos Rift. Obviously target that off Namadea, I got that in normal. We mentioned that's a lucky drop. If you don't get mythical runic braces drop at some point, I'd be really surprised. I got loads of pairs of them drop. I got about 3 or 4 drop on this character while I was running around. That is kind of target farmable. It drops off enemies in Forgotten Gods. It's got the elemental damage converted to vitality damage, and not an awful lot else. I mean, I just got that because it was slightly better than, what the hell was I wearing? Yeah, those Death's Vigil pauldrons I had. I think I've got some other ones from somewhere, but yeah, they're all right actually, and there's a level 70 version of them. You can target farm out of Leaf Main Alpha enemy things, or go and buy it. I bought that from, is that the one I bought? I can't remember. I think I bought that. But look at that, it's got of Spectres on it, and that gives you that granted skill Spectral Vortex. It's crazy. So yeah, I didn't even realise there was an of Spectres. I don't think well, if I'd seen it before, it hadn't registered in my head that that's what it was. I think I got a ring drop with that on as well. Or was it in a shop and I didn't buy it? Oh no, I think it was it one of them? But it was otherwise rubbish, and it was in the shop with of Spectres, so I didn't bother buying it. Yeah, you can vendor exploit that from the hidden shop in Bloodgrove. That's where I got that from. It's earlier on in the video, you can see what I did. I mean, it's mentioned in there. Yeah, so random drop, it's just got Cunning and Spirit on it, and some. I could get a better one. And Cronley's Ring, which isn't specifically good for this build, but it just had decent resistances on it. Actually, my Pierce and Poison are so over. Look at that, 108 over max, 120. I could drop something now. I could ditch that and get a better ring, because I don't care about. Oh, actually, if I got it, because yeah, my vitality resistance, ironically, considering I do so much vitality damage, isn't very high. That's all right. Okay, so I think that's all the go. Yeah, Death Chill. I could get a better one. You could get Mortality, or there's some other ones you could use, but that's all right. I think we covered everything there. Right, skills. What did I start off with? Started off with Necro, didn't I? So Reaping Strike's key. Vitality damage, attack damage converted to health. It's alright. There's your big buff, yeah. So if you get Radigan's Mask, you might want to use that instead, but yeah, I don't know. Toggle skill, minus 28% vitality resistance. Temporarily buffs your damage. It's more for pets than anything, but it buffs your vitality damage and vitality decay by a considerable amount, and it restores your health because it's got an item. What item does that? Oh, it's that, isn't it? There you go. That restores 15% health to Call of the Grave. They must have tweaked a lot of this stuff, because it didn't used to show. That's actually showing. Restores 15% health. Yeah, the other thing that it does as well is if you've got a skill on here that goes over, I haven't got any. If you've got one that you've managed to get past the hard cap, so if that was, say if that was 23 out of 22, it would actually show 22 in red, the same as it does in Grim Tools. They've actually added that into the game now. I don't know when they put that in, probably in a patch that I didn't read the patch notes of. But yeah, so that's quite handy. So that's skills, devotions. I'll put the devotion path in the description so you can read it. I've got that on Chilling Rounds. I've got that on Necrotic Edge. I've got that Reaping Strike. And I've got something on a permanent. There it is. That's on Spectral Binding. But yeah, have a look in the description and it will show you how to do that properly, not the way I did it. Right, I'm going to stop doing this now. Not stop doing this. I'm going to cut this video at this point because it's long enough. Thank you for sticking with this build if you did. Sorry I died to Lokar. Very sorry about that. And I'll catch you all in the next video.